Football boots should look cool, right? And they have in 2020. There's been so many good releases, but what have been the best looking boots released in the year that passed? Well, today, I'm gonna give you my personal top 10 best looking football boots of 2020 to try and make sense of the ton of cool releases we've had in the past year. But what is a good looking pair of boots? Well, it's kind of subjective, isn't it? Some people like something, some people like something else, but for me, it's about the full package. Making the design of the boot, that has to be cool of course, work with the colors to kind of elevate the boot into something that makes you go, wow, that's pretty dope. And something you want to wear. And it just goes to show that the execution, the whole package is important, because even two boots with a similar design on paper can look very, very different and have a very different outcome. Exhibit A. So now, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notifications on, and let's go do it. So 10th place for me is the Nike Phantom Venom Future DNA, which actually takes its design inspiration from the OG Nike Air Zoom Total 92s with this off-center lacing going down on the outside. And while the design is not 100% one-to-one, these have been growing on me ever since they came out. And the way they look on pitch, I think they're pretty cool, and they just had to be on the list. So 9th place, and I ran into a bit of trouble because initially I was looking at the Copa 20 Plus in-flight pack with this deep blue and chrome tooling, and I thought, and I think it looks really awesome, so I was gonna put it on the list. But then I came across the Lotto Solista 100 Gravity, which is also a very cool deep blue. And I realized that it doesn't have the chrome tooling, and I also realized that it is a bit of a Predator 1819 concept ripoff. But the curves and the lines and angles and simplicity, I think I actually like this a little bit more. So this is number 9 for me, and sorry Copa 20 Plus in flight, it's the honorable mentions list for you. 8th place goes out to the CR7 Safari Vapor 13 because it just brings back memories of CR7's first signature boot in a very, very good execution. And on top of that, I'm just a sucker for Safari print and especially Safari laces. And the fact that we have a bit of history in here in an actually good execution makes it a bit of a hit for me. Is it bold? Yes. Duh. But is it cool? Yes, it is. 7th place, Adidas Predator Mutator 20 Plus Locality. Is this also a bit much? Sure, it probably is, but then on the other side, it actually isn't, because we're running with this whole monotone single color peachy red look that at one side is really loud and very bold, but at the other, it's just very stylish and clean, and it's popping is what it is, and I actually like it a lot. Should this be higher? Nah, it's good, but 7th is fine. Because in 6th place, we have another Nike bringing back old designs on new boots masterclass with the Mbappe Vapor 13 Pink Panther or Berry or Rosa or whatever you want to call it, which is of course again another trip back in time to the Vapor 4 or Vapor 4 SL berries, which were really popular back in the day. And of course, this is a slightly more creative interpretation of the OG boots with the big lightning swoosh than the CR7 Safaris, but I still reckon they're pretty cool. And I could also have taken the Superfly 7 version, but I just feel that the low-cut Vapor 13 is a bit closer to the OGs because they're low-cut. And of course, you need to be very confident to rock these, but if you do, and you're good enough, you're kinda gonna be the boss on the pitch. So that was 6 to 10, and that's all cool. But now we get into the really good stuff with the top 5. And to kick that off, I have the Mizuno Rally Neo 3 Beta Japans from the Cyber Pack, which is of course primarily black, but then it has these flashes of neon colors all over. But what takes the cake for me here is actually the toe box. It has all these little colorful sparkles and sprinkles, and it might sound stupid, but I think it looks really, really cool and very unique. There's also been some genius marketing managed at Mizuno making sure that the Cyber Pack dropped right close to the Cyberpunk game. But they could have dropped this whenever in 2020, and I would have liked it a lot. It just looks slick and elegant, but also futuristic at the same time. Fourth place, and we're talking Predator Mutator 20 Plus Pharrell Human Race, which is a hand-painted interpretation of the Predator Accelerator from 1998. And I don't think I'm alone when I say that the Predator Accelerator design is probably one of the most iconic and beautiful Predator, if not football boot designs of all time. And it's a good-looking football boot, but it's probably also the biggest missed opportunity of 2020, because you could have given us, without any problems, a low-cut Predator with a fusion skin leather upper. And we would be talking a potential #1 candidate. But you got kinda lazy, so now it's #4. So that sucks. For us and you. Now, third place kind of follows the same design direction as the Human Race Preds, but I'm not as mad at it, and I realized that while it's a little bit boring to keep bringing back old Nike designs on new models, the Vapor 13 Future DNA is a winner for me. I think the Superfly 1 colorway that never launched to the public and overall design is probably in my top 5 best mercurial designs ever. So to bring that back on a low-cut Vapor and arguably make it look better than the OGs from 2009 is a win. It's still a good boot. That's how to do it. Now, this would normally be where I go into second place, then honorable mentions, and first place. But when I give you my second place, you're kinda gonna know what's coming in first. So instead, we're gonna do honorable mentions here, where I have, of course, as I mentioned, Copa 20 Plus in-flight pack. Beautiful. I have the Puma Ultra Speed prototypes, also very nice and dirty, sorry about that. The Nemesis Plus Atmospheric pack. I'm a sucker for black, white, and gold, and I think this whole split design is pretty cool as well. And then a really underrated pack from Nike, the Neighborhood pack, and especially the Phantom Venom with this chrome design and a red-ish stripe going across the forefoot. Pretty good, but second and first are way better. But choosing between #2 and #1 has been really difficult for me, because if you didn't know, I've taken part in designing a few things through the year here, and 2 of those things are very close to my heart. That is the Puma Ultra, the drip pair, and then the F50 Adizero Crazy Light memory lane boots. And to be honest, I mean, this is like choosing between your children. Because the drip is just, it's nice. I spent all of my Christmas holiday last year designing these, and I don't think I've ever seen a drip design on a pair of football boots before. It's got that Puma Tricks odd colorway design, and it's just unique, right? And this would probably be the pair out of these 2 that I would wear myself on the pitch. But with that said, I've reluctantly chosen to put these as #2. Because I don't know what it is about this pair. I think it works because it's technically not supposed to work on paper. Because Crazy Light and Chameleon Purple, it doesn't sound good, right? But the way the Adidas people in Adidas football managed to put our insane idea down into this and actually make it work with the purple and the rainbow-colored Crazy Light design, and then slap it on this brilliant piece of tooling that follows the gradient of the color. I mean, come on. And yes, it was cool that Son scored that goal in the North London derby.
That's a shot! Incredible! Memorable! It is Son in the North London derby!
That doesn't even matter. The way these look, they're bold, they're wild, but they also look really cool. I'll admit it, they're not for everyone, but for me, if this isn't the best looking boot of the year, I don't know what is. So there you have it, my friends, the official Unisport top 10 best looking football boots of 2020, with a little bit of too much patting myself on the shoulder on top of things. But have I completely lost the plot? Well, tell me what you think is the best looking boot in the comment section right down below. Now, if you're quick, you can also still buy at least some of these boots or all the other new boots on unisportstore.com in the link right over there. Of course, before you go, don't forget to click the subscribe button with the bell notifications on as well to make sure you don't miss a single video. And then go have fun, learn how to improve as a footballer in the playlist right down there. With that said, guys, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.